So how do you practice true vulnerability? First of all, be honest about your intentions and your emotions specifically. If you want your ex back, don't pretend you want friendship. Don't send cryptic messages hoping that they're gonna read between the lines for whatever reason. Just tell them directly, hey, I miss you, and I'd like to see if we could work things out. Then let them respond however they will. No pressure, no manipulation, no coercion. And similarly, if you, let's say, feel like shit about a breakup and your friends ask you how you're doing, be vulnerable, meaning admit you're feeling like shit, even if that news might eventually come back to your ex, right? Second, acknowledge the relationship's problems. Like, don't pretend everything was perfect, because it probably wasn't. Don't act like you don't understand why they broke up with you. Demonstrate that you've reflected on what went wrong and that you understand your part in the whole thing. So admit your mistakes if you have to, and then avoid repeating them, obviously. And a caveat, a little note here, you don't have to initiate contact and tell your ex all these things. This second tip or solution or way to implement vulnerability, it's just an example of what should happen when you are already dating your ex and interacting consistently, right? It's not something you just want to start a conversation about, even though you haven't been even on like one date after the breakup. So just want to make that super clear. You don't want to just talk about these deep stuff from the get-go. You want to ease into it, right? Not necessarily that you have to wait for your ex to initiate these topics when you're in the reattraction process. You just want to ease into it and start first with something way more appropriate before you open up those cans of worms. Because otherwise, it can be too much too soon. It can turn quickly into emotional vomit. And as we discussed earlier, not a good form of vulnerability. But anyway, I'm getting carried away now. That's going to be a topic for another episode on like the reattraction process. Right now, I want to go into my third tip or solution, practical way of implementing vulnerability. Express your emotions without making your ex responsible for those emotions. So there is a big difference between saying or thinking, I feel sad about her breakup, and saying or thinking, you made me miserable when you left me. The first is vulnerable. The second is very accusatory, and I want you to differentiate between the two, and always obviously lean on the side of the vulnerable, non-accusatory responses or ways of thinking. Fourth, be willing to rock the boat and or even walk away. Now, this might seem counterintuitive in a discussion about vulnerability, but true vulnerability does in fact include the willingness to accept rejection, the willingness to just walk away and end things for good. It even includes standing up for yourself and asserting some personal boundaries. That's kind of like in the same vein, so I'm just going to combine it together here. So say that if your ex isn't interested in you for whatever reason, you respect that. You don't try to convince them. You don't try to argue with them. You don't try to make them feel guilty. You thank them for their honesty. You wish them well. Or you simply just move on without really responding to them, because sometimes you don't need to. Similarly, if your ex is being mean, or let's say they're very disrespectful to you when you're interacting or when you're on a date, call them out on it. Tell them to cut it out. Specifically mention what they're doing wrong and what is disrespecting you. Hell, threaten them that you will end the conversation or the date or whatever if they keep behaving like that. And then actually have the balls to end things if they don't change their ways. Again, this is part of vulnerability as well, being true to what you say you're about to do. Hey everybody, thank you for watching. This was part of my podcast, The Max Jancar Show. You can subscribe to it anywhere podcasts are available. So Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever you use. You can also click the link below this video to check out the full episode, not just this one clip that you just watched. So check that out, check out the podcast in general. Thanks for watching, and talk to you again soon.